Hey everyone, it's Jamie with Homeschool Story, and I'm continuing my little video series on the different subjects that we do in Classical Conversations Challenge A, which is kind of like our 7th grade year. And so far I've done Latin and geography, so now I'm going to talk about science. So definitely check out my other videos. I'm going to try to have one for each of the subjects or strands that we do. So let's talk about science. So science in Challenge A is a research-based subject. And by that I mean we don't have a textbook, but we do have a scope and sequence. We have topics that we want to cover, and we are learning to research in order to learn, and then to write papers and on the research that they've done in order to present them in class. So it's a really neat way of learning science. So the first semester, or I don't know if it's exactly the semester anymore, but they've added in science fair to Challenge A, so it's a little bit different schedule than I'm used to. But the first part of the year is natural science, we call it. So there's different various topics like plants or rocks, or let's see, amphibians, geology, astronomy, mammals, different things like that. It's a broad topic, and they can choose within that topic, and they discuss in class how to maybe narrow down some ideas for that. But they can choose anything within that topic that really interests them, that they want to know more about, and research it. And then they write papers kind of IEW style. So if you're used to CC Foundations and Essentials, then you'll be used to the IEW style of writing, and they basically just write a research report, but it's not like a college level research report, but we have an introduction and we have some topic paragraphs based on what they picked, and a conclusion, and you can start small with just one paragraph, and then kind of work your way up as you get through the year. So this is all that we have for science. So that's it. I use these this like flex binder, it's called. I love them because it kind of gives you the idea of a spiral, but you have the 3 holes so you can add to it. But basically this is her science notebook, and we don't have a book to go with it, so that's that. And the first part of the book has just paper to take notes during class. She has since added her research papers. So this is the first one that she did. This one was about geology, and so she chose a couple different types of rocks to do it on. And so they have their paper, and then they have, that's her paper, and then they have to learn how to do bibliography, which nowadays is real easy because you just go online. But there's her works cited, because they had to have at least 2 sources. And here is her illustration. And so that's another part, is that they're supposed to illustrate each paper. So they're still using those drawing skills. And then here's her second paper. This is about plants, and she's got her drawing in there as well. So the next tab, or the first tab in my book, the way I organized it, says research topics. And this is just something I typed up and laminated, and it has the week number and what the topic is. So it's just easy for me to find and for her to see what's coming. Sometimes I look here to pull books out ahead of time, or see if I need to get extra books on those topics, so that we have enough sources. Then after that, she puts in any notes that we print off, or sometimes she gets in class, or anything like that from her teacher. Like they brought in some eclipse references and things like that, because the topic was astronomy, so that worked out. And then I put in the fused outline form from IEW, because I have this book and it has this form. But you can just use paper or any sort of document that your challenge director might give you to help you learn how to keyword outline and fuse your outlines together from your multiple sources. So that's what she does. Oh, here's her first paper. Yeah, that's her second and third paper. Sorry. This is astronomy. So, and then her drawings down below. She did it on eclipses because we were in the middle of an eclipse. So as you go through, she has her different notes. Her rough drafts are all in here as well. So that's what goes here. Okay. Then the second tab says anatomy terms, and then the third tab says drawings. So these tabs won't actually get used until second semester at some point. Week 5 of second semester. This is when we start human body. I went ahead and put it in here because I had time to actually sit there and organize things, and I wanted to do it Now, because I was afraid if I waited until break, it would not get done. So I went ahead and did it. But here are the lists of the topics, just kind of like I did for our natural science. And so this is the body parts and when the quizzes are, what weeks. And then I put in from the challenge guide, this is page 136, the anatomy terms list. And this is based on the body system. And it continues there, 137. And then paper, because she is going to have to learn these terms and the function or meaning of the terms. And so this is for her to be able to write and take notes about those terms. Then the second part of this anatomy part is all the drawings. And so that's what this says. And these are the pages from the guide, starting on page 138. They have all the body systems. And these are great drawings. We didn't have these before. So this is awesome. And they're given in two formats, like this with the words and then like this with blank lines. I just put the one in with the words because this is for her to learn it and copy from, and then she's just going to have to do it by memory. So I didn't want to do the blank lines. But just like geography or cartography, I put in the 4 pieces of white paper that she's going to draw her body system on each day. So here it is. And then each day she draws it. And then the next week is the next body system, and then 4 pieces of paper for her to draw it. So it's like that for the whole rest of the year. That way, I just found that as life got busy, especially with a toddler, which is new to us, right? We have a 2-year-old, and so over the last 2 years, getting used to having a baby in the house again when I have teenagers is, you know, kind of hard. And so I found that if they need something, I didn't want the older kids needing to wait on me. You know, if I'm distracted with the little guy, you know, hey, I can't find any paper, where's our copy paper, or anything like that. I just wanted her to have everything at her disposal, so it's all there ready to go. So I need to put her paper back in here so she doesn't forget it since I took it out. That's all we do for science. So that's how our science works. So easy breezy, doesn't take up a lot of room in your book bag. I hope that helps you get some ideas about what we do in science for Challenge A, and if you're in Challenge A, a way to organize your science materials. So that's it. I'll see you later.